Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this episode I want to talk about how you can set up a graphical user interface to a remote SSH connection server. So let me explain to you what I mean by that. Traditionally, what I used to do was this. There's this tool called PuTTY which allows you to remotely connect to a machine using SSH or Telnet client. So you can download this PuTTY software, which is free, and once you download it, install it, and this is what PuTTY looks like. So I'm going to show you a demonstration of a server that I've rented from DigitalOcean. So this server is actually an Ubuntu server, as you can see. It runs a full Ubuntu commands, and you can open up a text file, which nano is what I use. You can use vi if you like, but to open up, this is how you do it. Go ahead and edit, and as you can easily see, you don't get a good feel of the directory structure where things are, right? So you're gonna have to use a command line to actually navigate and get around all your directories and whatnot. So nevertheless, there's another easy way to do this using a tool called Microsoft's Visual Studio Code. So in order to get, it's a free software. Then what you do is you Google Visual Studio Code, click on download, and depending on which operating systems you have, you select whatever you want, right? So I have Windows. Once you download the file, this is what you get. It is about 69 megabytes, and then it's relatively quick and small. So once you download it, install it, what you do next is you run it, of course. So Visual Studio Code. When you run it, this is what the Visual Studio Code looks like. So I'm going to close this window here. So in order to access a remote machine using SSH, you need to add an extension. So click on this 3 squares or 4 squares here, and on this section here, type remote space dash space SSH. So you will see click enter, you will see two files that you have to, with a remote SSH capability or extension. So what you want to install is this guy here on top, not this one at the bottom. So when you install this SSH edit configuration get automatically installed. So click on install. You can see both of this extension got installed. So once that is done, an icon will appear here with this monitor here. I'm going to close this guy here and click on this guy here. So there should be a green arrow here. If you don't see a green arrow here, right click on this one here and put a check next to the remote connection here. So you can see this. Sometimes you see 2 arrows. Over here I see disconnected from SSH, probably because I had another SSH connection. So anyway, click on this green section here. It'll give you a bunch of selection. Connect to host, add new host. Over here you type SSH, root is my username, then you're going to type the IP address of your remote machine or the URL like microsoft.msn or .com or msn.com or something. Anyway, mine is an IP address of a DigitalOcean server that I rented, space -a. Once you do that, hit enter. Then they will say you want to create a configuration file. So I'm just going to create on a c:/user_batista.sh.config. Just going to select that. Then what it does is that it creates a shortcut for you here. So in order to connect to a remote machine, either you click on this plus sign here, or you can just click on this guy here. So I'm just going to click on connect here. So what it does next, they will prompt you, do you want to connect to this machine here? So I say yes, continue. When they prompt you for login, this is your root password. And you can see it's opening remote connection. Once it's established, it will have SSH IP address connection. So in order to look at the directory, click on Explorers, open file, and root. You have to log in again to access the root directory. This will be your root password. And once you enter the password correctly, SSH is established again. Expand the root, and you can see the complete directory structure. Now I was in here just now, and I tried opening package.json. You can see it's easy to edit stuff like that. Now everything is in there. Go readme. So anyway, so you can edit stuff, you can save, you can modify. I think this is a better way to work rather than PuTTY, because you don't have a good idea of where things are. Anyway, I hope this helps. Have a good day. Bye.